the Empire State Building.
Hey, what up? I'm Josh Martinez of Z100, New York's #1 hit music station and the Superstar Crossover Podcast on iHeartRadio. With my guest, I guess technically a man of many different names. You might know him as Costco guy AJ. I just know him as AJ across the board. What's going on, man?
Josh, thanks so much for having me. What an awesome experience here to be on Z100. Let's bring the boom.
So you grew up in Jersey, right?
Yeah, yep. I'm a Monmouth County guy. Grew up in Wall Township, New Jersey. We got married. We moved to Colts Neck. That's where Big Justice and Ashley were born. And now we're living in Boca Raton, Florida.
So I'm always curious. Anytime somebody from New York, New Jersey, it's almost like a natural progression. It like starts in Brooklyn and then goes to like Staten Island, Jersey, and then Florida. You skip some steps. What was the decision to say, okay, Boca Raton, aside from the fact that it's Boca Raton?
Well, I was in business with a business partner down here in Boca Raton, and we came down to have kind of like a family business kind of split vacation, let's say. And we got down here and the kids just said, we love this place. We want to live here. So
Really?
we came back to New Jersey. We listed the house. This was in 2021, so houses were selling like crazy. We listed the house in May, and by July, we were living here in Boca Raton.
God, that's a quick turnover, man.
It was quick. It was quick.
And you know what? Kudos, because I can't imagine moving was difficult on me growing up, right? So like I can't imagine for you to sit there and have your kids be like, no, we want to go.
Oh, this was all them.
So let's talk a little bit about how like the TikTok seemingly blew up. Basically is what it felt like overnight. I'm sure you've told the story 1,000 times, but how did that whole situation just kind of come up specifically with you and your son?
This story never gets old because it's such a wholesome story. It brings so much happiness. So I did have a business TikTok channel, and it was growing a little bit, getting 1,000 views here, maybe 2,000 views there. And then one day, Big Justice comes to me and says, "Hey, I want to be in one of your videos. I want to be in a video with you." So I said, "Awesome, let's go." So we go down to our local hamburger restaurant that we absolutely love. We record a hamburger video, and the thing explodes. It gets 100,000 views. And just right then, right there, I said, "You know what, Big Justice? This isn't a business page anymore. This is a father-son page. Let's go."
So how did it transition specifically into the Costco lane?
We just did that all for fun one day. So we did the Costco shopping because it was fun for us. We used to just go do the Costco thing, make things a little bit easier for Mama Justice. And one day we just come up with this great idea. And we say, all right, let's put out a video and let's have everyone guess if we're going to be over $300 or under $300 on our Costco order. And everyone just jumped in the comments and they were all guessing. So, we went through the store like, all right, we got the paper towels, we got the toilet paper, we got the meat. And that video just exploded. And it was really crazy, Josh, because we used to watch the videos and see them go up 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 at a time. That video, we were refreshing. It was going up 10,000. It was going up 100,000. Before you know it, that video was up to, I think, like 5 million, 7 million. And then a couple weeks later, we went back and we did the big one where we're Costco guys. And that was the day that the double chunk chocolate cookie, which I think it's actually called the double chocolate chunk cookie. So that was the day that it was introduced in Costco. And we see this big billboard, try our new double chunk chocolate cookie. And I mean, it was just perfect timing. I mean, they say luck is the crossroads of opportunity and preparation. So we were there prepared. We saw the opportunity, and here we are. We're the Costco guys.
And like, I grew up a diehard wrestling fan. I mean, you can still see it right behind me. I have the Wrestle Buddy.
I see the Warrior there.
One of my prized possessions, to be quite honest.
Love it.
And I have an Ultimate Warrior tattoo. So like my mind, when you grow up obsessed with wrestling the way I was, my mind is always kind of on like gimmicks, promotions, wrestling, like kind of the gimmick of it all, if you will. Obviously you wrestled back in the day.
Yes.
Do you have that same mentality when it came to the TikTok stuff? Was like, okay, how would this be promoted in wrestling and then just kind of take off?
Yeah, I love that question, Josh, because my pro wrestling background really does have a huge inspiration on our channel. The storytelling, I mean, there's nothing like pro wrestling. The storytelling behind it, the good guys versus the bad guys, the way you could captivate the audience. I mean, where else can you feel like you're so much a part of the show? I mean, in pro wrestling, you walk through that curtain and you just feel that connection. And listen, we've been on some big sets right now, the Jimmy Fallon show, Madison Square Garden, but there is no place that you could feel that connection with the audience like you can through pro wrestling.
So a lot of wrestlers, a lot of performers, not even wrestlers, artists, singers, the whole nine, say it's kind of a drug, that adrenaline rush from being on that stage, being, for lack of a better term, the center of attention in a 10 by 10, 20 by 20, whatever it happens to be. Was that the reason why you kind of wanted to work with AEW, or was it them that came to you first?
AEW did come to me.
Okay.
But I was waiting for it. I want to be back in the ring. I miss those days. I did get to leave on my own terms. So when I did step away from wrestling, it was on my own terms, which was very satisfying because I know a lot of guys that, didn't get to leave on their own terms, and that's not the greatest thing to do. So when AEW did reach out, I was like, yeah, I still got it. Let's go. Let's bring the boom.
Did you, training wise, was that first back bump kind of a, oh shit?
Yeah, it was.
The body doesn't recover.
I still feel it. Yeah, it's tough, man. Back bumping is tough. It's look, pro wrestling we have to hear about, what's predetermined, what's not, all that. This stuff hurts though, man. We're us pro wrestlers, we're tremendous athletes. I mean, I got the utmost respect, the craziest respect in the world for pro wrestlers that are on the road 200 days a year doing this to their bodies. Josh, we also have a WC professional boxer down here that was a world champion. We have a big time MMA fighter, and they're friends with Big Justice, and they look at me all the time like, oh, I don't know how you do that, man. So I'm talking about guys that have been in a professional boxing ring, getting smashed all over the place. MMA guys getting twisted and turned in every which direction, telling me, pro wrestling, man, that's tough on the body.
So let's talk about it. Full Gear this Saturday night, of all the states, of all the cities, not that far of a drive from the Turnpike from where you grew up and where you live, right, in Newark Prudential Center. When you got the confirmation, hey, it's going to be 0 hour, it's going to be a pay-per-view, it's going to be on YouTube, it's going to be with QT Marshall, what was that first thought that you had in your mind?
Pure excitement. It was a matter of, you know what? This is what's in my heart. I love pro wrestling. I'm going to have Big Justice right there by my side. Mama Justice, Ashley are going to be there. Everyone from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, Snapchat, they're expecting Big Boom AJ to bring it. So I'm not going to let them down. I've been in the ring now for the last 2 or 3 months. I've been at the gym. I'm getting myself mentally ready, and I'm going to be there Saturday night. And, I'm feeling confident. My body's feeling great, and it's all about the boom, and I'm bringing it.
So wrestling gear wise, did you have like a certain inspiration for Saturday? Because I'm always fascinated by gear selection. Yeah,
I did. There was one particular gear I always loved. So let's go back to, I know we're going way back. But do you remember SummerSlam 1995, the ladder match, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels?
So are you doing the turquoise Shawn color?
The gear is inspired by that gear. It's not the turquoise, but I always loved the way the broken hearts just popped out from that gear. So I'm not a broken heart kind of guy, but I am a double chunk chocolate cookie kind of guy. So yes, the gear will have the double chunk chocolate cookies, and also we will have the Boom logo that makes everybody so happy.
I love that. Now, when did you stop wrestling prior to this AEW run?
It was 2005, right around, I think, November, December 2005.
So your kids haven't been like conscious enough to see you wrestle?
I did do one match in 2021. So I did team up with the Blue Meanie and Hollywood Nova from the Blue World Order. That was so awesome. I mean, look at the Blue World Order. I mean, they're still around today. That was we hear the story all the time that what started out as a joke is now an iconic tag team. So I did team up with the Blue World Order. So Big Justice and Ashley did get to see me wrestle one time in their lifetime.
But now we are in a building, a state that they grew up in.
Right.
A building that's double decked and the whole nine. What are the nerves going to be like for you Saturday afternoon?
I don't let it get to me. I don't get along with nerves. I just get rid of them, and I tell You know, it's crazy. The mind is such a powerful thing. So if the observers start coming into your mind and you say, get out of here, you don't belong here, you're not serving me well right now. This is all about getting out there and doing what I have to do in front of these people and giving these people what they deserve.
I'm just fascinated by how quickly the channel, the family, everything blew up. And then I think what's more compelling is when I go on Twitter or Instagram, seeing posts or snippets from other accounts that are posting it. So this isn't even numbers that I guess you get credit for, despite your monstrous numbers. When it comes to content creation, numbers matter most. We obviously just had a presidential election. You don't have to say who, but did a presidential candidate hit you up about working together or doing something with your channels?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How far did the conversations go, if you don't mind me asking?
The conversations are still going. And what those conversations are that our channel, we bring happiness. So if you want to talk about coming onto our channel and let's talk about our families and let's talk about double chunk chocolate cookies and let's talk about happiness, we're here to talk about it. But that's who we are. That's what we do on our channel. So if you'd like to come into our world, we'd love to have you.
Okay, so you're more in line of like, you come into our world, we're not going into yours.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Kudos to you, because I think that it could be very intoxicating, the publicity that comes from anything involving political candidates or anything involving these high-end movie stars or artists. So the fact that you're able to stand your ground, I actually kind of envy that about you. So that's actually kind of dope. I would have never.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. And Josh, you know, we're here to make people happy. That's what made our channel what it was. When I read that, Josh, I wish I could find this comment. There's one comment that really changed everything for us. And I would love to find it. And I would love to reach out to that person and thank that person, because one day we read a comment and it was, I can't wait for your videos to come out every day because they make me so happy. And I said to myself at that moment, I'm like, wow, that's what we bring to the world. We bring happiness. So just like when someone's sick, they go to a doctor. Just like when someone's hungry, they go get a hamburger. When people need happiness, they come to AJ and Big Justice. And it's who we are and it's what we do. We bring happiness to people each and every day.
So when it comes to, obviously your kids are on it, they're still very young, they're still in school. Kids tend to be, bullies, and kids are ruthless. How do your kids deal with that from what you're able to see, if that even pops up?
They're happy. They're loving this. They're loving every minute of this. I mean, Ashley now has her own channel with Mama Justice. Kids are going to get bullied whether they're on the internet or not. That's just the world. It makes you tough. I got bullied. Whatever. I'm here. I don't even know where those bullies are today. I'm not worried about that. Nothing's going to stop us from doing what we do to make ourselves happy and make other people happy. So, you know what? People want to comment. That's on them. I can't even imagine the darkness I feel bad for these people. Like the darkness and the misery that they have within their own heart to write some of the things they're writing. That's on them. That's not on us. We're happy.
Sometimes there are comments that'll like come after you, but they're actually really creative that you can't help but laugh. At least for me. Sometimes I'll get negative stuff from like talking on the radio and I'll be like, that's actually really funny and clever. I still hate you, but still clever and creative, friend.
Some really big creators have reached out to us. I'll give credit to one. I'll give credit to FaZe Rug. FaZe Rug reached out when we were first getting some of these comments, and FaZe said, dude, these people don't really hate you. This is just their style. This is just their gimmick. This is just what they do. Nobody really hates you. Keep doing your thing.
Well, I'm sure that meant a lot from someone that's literally doing it and been doing it for a while.
It did. And FaZe has become a great friend. We've been out to the house in San Diego, and just the relationships and the opportunities you got. I mean, look, I'm here with you right now, Josh. This is a boom.
So transitioning a little bit, what made you guys want to get into like the music making stuff?
That was just within us. We just loved it. Just like the pro wrestling. Music is something I always loved. I grew up with Run DMC and the Beastie Boys, so very inspired by that kind of music. And I think our music does very much follow that model. And one day we were back to the hamburger restaurant. One day we're driving home from the hamburger restaurant and we're playing It's Tricky by Run DMC. And along the way, we're kind of just like adding our own stuff to it, like bring the boom. And then we're like, wait, we got to make a song. And that was the first idea. And that's where it all sparked.
So on this chat with us is one of our marketing people at iHeart New York City. And he is a huge fan of yours. His name is David.
Hey,
And
David.
he's like, I have to ask one question. So I was like, sure, David, you're a fan. That's what we do, right? So, David, what is your question that you have?
What's up? Hey, how are you,
What's
AJ?
up, David?
Oh my God, I have Chris here too. We're like big
Hey,
fan. I don't
Chris.
know how do
Bring the
we got to do it. Boom.
What's up,
We were
guys?
talking and just wanted to see like how is there an album coming? Is there a mixtape? Like what's dropping? We need the music.
So the plan right now is we're talking to our music team, and the plan right now is what's called I'm new to this term, so you guys might know a little bit more about than I do, but it's a term called waterfalling.
Waterfalling. Okay.
Just kind of
Waterfalling,
starting the process of everything.
where basically our plan right now is to launch a new song about every 45 days.
Okay.
So we plan on launching a new song every 45 days. It's all about quality. It's
Okay,
not as
yeah,
if I want to
100%.
hurry up, get to the studio, put 12 songs together just so I can push an album out. So I would rather put out a song every 45 days that hits than 12 songs right now and 2 or 3 of them hit and the rest of them just filled up an album. So
Okay.
waterfalling is the method that we're going to be going with, where about every 45 days we're going to be putting out a new song, maximizing that song, and then coming up with another song.
That's so exciting to look forward to because I told
Thank
Chris
you.
like a couple weeks ago, as soon as Still Bringing It dropped, I said, oh, it's going to be my Spotify Wrapped. Like, I don't know, it's been out for like 60, 90 days. It's going to be up
Yeah.
there. It's what you're doing, the positivity that you're bringing, especially like the last 2, 3 months that we've had, seeing your family, and it's just such a timeline cleanse of everything. Like, thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
I mean, thank you so much, David. This is why we do what we do. I mean, thank you for accepting it. That's another thing, Josh and David and Chris. I mean, the world has accepted it.
Yeah.
And wow, like it was our mission to let people know you can forget your troubles. Worrying about your troubles isn't going to get you anywhere. Let that stuff go. Be happy. It's okay to be happy. And
100%.
that's the mission of the Boom. And, you know, people are taking it into their hearts and people are accepting it. And man, it's really heartwarming and it's exciting.
5 out of 5 booms.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. Okay, thanks.
I love it. Thanks, David.
Anytime, guys. Keep bringing the boom.
One more time this Saturday, Full Gear. Do you have a time that the event will be starting for your match?
Yeah, so I believe I'm on what's called 0 Hour, which is right before the pay-per-view. You could see it on YouTube, also X, I think, on the AEW channels. 0 Hour starts at about 6 p.m. and we're going to be the second match. So probably tune in at 6:30. Oh, I'm sorry if I said 6 p.m. 6:30. So tune in at 6:30, and then shortly after that, QT Marshall is going to be realizing what a mistake he made because I'm coming to bring the boom.
One more time, AJ, appreciate you giving us some time, man. Thank you so much. It's all love, bro.
Josh, this was awesome. Thank you so much. Can't wait to do it again. Z100 brings the
boom.
From the top of the Empire State Building,